Hey everybody, I'm live here with Matt McLeod of Mellifera. How's it going, Matt?
Good, good. What's up?
Not too much. I'm pretty excited to have you on here, all the way from Winnipeg. Nice.
That's
How's
pretty.
that? How's
That
your day been so far leading up to this?
well, good. I worked all day, and then I got off work and immediately came here. So I've been off work for about 20 minutes. So now I'm here. So yeah, that intro is something special. It got me not nervous, but I was like, oh shit. I don't know if I can cuss on here.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can say
Okay,
whatever
good.
you
Okay,
like.
okay, 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 okay.
As far
But
as I
yeah, that
know,
was
I don't
pretty.
think a lot of children tune in.
Okay, sorry, children.
Nice. Um, yeah. Do you? We'll jump into some music straight away. But first, do you just
Okay,
kind of
cool.
wanna do you kind of want to tell anybody tune in who may not have heard of you about your music and your project and what you're doing?
Totally. So, I'm a folk band from Winnipeg, Canada. I make folk music, kind of similar, I guess, to Fleet Foxes is a big inspiration to me. I like Joanna Newsom a lot, kind of stuff like that, and also guys like more singer songwriter stuff to like Neil Young or like Towns Van Zandt, guys like that. So, kind of acoustic folky music, but with also instrumentation, and also as well. I mean, it's there's chill parts, but I also try to make it sort of heavy metal. You know what I mean? Because I mean, we're growing up, and still am a big metal guy, and that stuff just kind of doesn't go away. So it's definitely rock out music too sometimes, but it's a little bit of everything. It's folk music, but also kicks ass, you know. So
Nice,
yeah,
nice.
there you
So
go.
we'll
That's
we'll
my
get
little.
to hear a combination of things tonight then.
Yeah, you should. Hell yeah.
Nice, cool. Yeah, you want to get us started off with a song or two?
All right, I'll do a song. Let's go. Okay, this song is my
Awesome.
actually the only song I have out right now. It's my very first song. It's called Laid Plans, and here we past days always and old as redwood trees. Laid plans carved in the sand, a life that was a dream. Living for the night, young in heart and mind. Oh, I'd go back if I could. Take it all away, just one day. Oh, back to the place I stood. Hold fast, water like glass, reflecting all that's been. Sat there without a care, a life that was a dream. Living for the night, young in heart and mind. Oh, I'd go back if I could. Take it all away, just for one day. Oh, back to the place I stood. Quiet times, this comes to mind, a life that could have been. Laid plans carved in the sand, a life that was a dream. Thank you. Cool.
I don't know, man. That's awesome. So that's your first single that you've released.
Yeah. Ever. Yeah.
Do you want to tell us about the kind of the process of getting that out? Like how you recorded it, what you did to release that as your first song?
That's actually an amazing question. I love questions like that because it's that's the part where I find interesting. I mean, like writing it. I mean, I find I'm gonna answer your question with something totally different. I feel like writing it's all the same. I mean, if you ask someone how you wrote the song, it's like, well, I was sitting in my couch and I strummed a chord. And all of a sudden, no, but I mean, I did exactly that. Sat on my couch and strummed a chord. Sort of, I kind of do my own recordings in my house and then just like demo it on this mic right here. And then I have a friend who has a home studio, and I just went there and then kind of just had a microphone here and had a microphone here and just kind of played it, I guess, live-ish in a sense. And then obviously the parts I wasn't happy with got a little bit of an overdub, but you know, that's how it goes sometimes.
Nice.
Yeah.
And are you working on more recording? Is there more stuff coming soon?
Yeah. So I mean, I kind of want to get that out to get it out, and sort of just I like the idea of like kind of releasing singles and having songs kind of have their own little time to shine a bit. But yeah, I mean, I was doing it right now. I mean, we were doing it during COVID. I mean, getting a job is what messed it up a bit because I didn't have time to just be in the kind of it sucks. Yeah. Like I can't be in the recording studio all day. But no, yeah, we're working on stuff. I mean, it's me especially. It's hard because it's my first time, obviously, doing anything in the studio and that like that, and surprisingly stressful. You know, when you have to get it right, and it's like, oh god, you know what I mean? Because I mean, like playing live is always stressful, but if you screw it up, then you know what I mean. No one knows. That's what I've found. But if it's like it's on a record, it's like, ooh. And
Definitely.
even then, nobody knows, but I know.
Yeah, and then you gotta hear that every time.
Oh yeah, I don't think I've listened to that song. No, I think I get 2 listens out of the song, and then I can't hear it anymore.
There you go.
Maybe one day I'll I'll be able to listen to it. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but
yeah. No, after that process of recording a song, right? You've went over it 1,000 times at that point.
Oh
so,
yeah,
like, to keep listening to it is almost like, oh my god, like I'm sick of this.
I should have changed. Yeah, it's like oh god, I guess to the point I hate myself. I don't hate it, but it's like I'm over it. I mean, then changing every little knob to get every little thing right, and then yeah, it's definitely something that's interesting. Totally,
definitely. You're getting a hi there from all the way from Italy. Hey, Christina, thanks for tuning in.
Oh, actually, I am Italian. My nonno is from a small village called Civitella Casanova in Italy. So I love Italy. I don't speak
nice,
any
the connection
Italian,
right off the bat.
But there you go. Yeah.
Nice. And if anybody does have any, so right now we're streaming on YouTube, we're streaming on Facebook, and we're on Twitch. If anybody sends any comments or questions to any of those, they'll come directly into here. So yeah, if you guys have anything you'd like to know from Matt, please put it in the comments. We've also got a tip jar set up at www.quarantinesongs.com, and 100% of that will be split between the artists. So yeah, if you guys got any extra weight in your wallet, please feel free to donate there, because this has been a rough time for artists all across the country.
Yeah.
And that's my little blurb.
Totally.
Yeah. So you're how's the Corona situation in Winnipeg kind of throughout this and right now?
Okay. So this is gonna be a story. So we were the best in Canada. I mean, we crushed it. About a couple weeks ago, we had 0 cases, and we were living large. We were like when everyone was bad, we were chilling. Like, we was like literally we had like no cases at all. We had a 0 at one point, and then at one point, I mean, someone traveled for a funeral, and then it got in, and now we are absolutely in free fall disaster zone.
Oh, yeah.
We have the highest per capita here. I mean. But it's getting a little better. I mean, it was bad, but now it's getting better. Musically, I'd say. For me, I don't want to say a blessing in disguise because it's horrible and terrible, but I mean, it gave me time to just sort of focus on stuff and not feel pressure to gig and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I mean, it feels like if you're not doing gigs and stuff, like you're not really. I mean, I guess I don't know, but it gave me time to actually get prepared for stuff and really put out something I really feel good about. So it did give me time to sort of get my foot off the ground where everyone was kind of staggered. So I kind of got time to catch up. So it was nice. But now that I'm caught up and I'm tired of it.
Right. Yeah, I've from a lot of the people I've been. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, you go.
I was just gonna say, from like I've talked to quite a few people in the last few weeks, and it seems like now that things are kind of picking back up, it's just crazy for everybody because we've all been so used to like things being a little bit slowed down, and now just everybody I talks to seems to be almost overwhelmed with how much things have picked back up all of a sudden after so many months
of shutting down. I know it's crazy. It's awesome. I did have my first gig about 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
At a bar, which is super fun. It was also terrifying, but as soon as I got on stage, it was totally cool. But it was just really super sick. I mean, it was fun playing to live people, but I mean, it's really awesome to see kind of it picking up. It's really neat the change. I mean, like, I don't know if you told me a year ago, everyone, like, if you wore a mask in a bank, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't wear the mask in the bank, you're getting looked at funny. But before, if I wore a face mask in a bank, you know what I mean? It'd be a different story. So it's kind of weird. It's just definitely interesting. I don't know. How is it in Toronto, right? I think it's pretty all right. Like, good.
So we it was bad for a while, and then we were doing really good. And then everybody, I feel like, kind of forgot about all these kind of things, and now we're back to like over 100 cases a day every day for the last 8 days straight. So it's not we're doing a lot better than the States, but like we could be doing better. We were doing better.
Yeah, I mean, and I think everyone could be doing better, but I mean, you make the most of it. And there's cool. You know what I really love? I mean, did you do this before COVID?
So this series came like out of COVID. This was our kind of way to keep music going. And yeah, I don't think I ever would have started this if it wasn't for COVID. So
there's so many cool things that have come from the COVID. I mean, like, there's a lot of bad things, obviously, but like, I mean, things like this. I mean, I started a series where I cover local bands just because, like, out of like, okay, what do I do now? I mean, I saw Metallica is doing drive-through concerts now, which is so sick. I mean, it's really people like find ways to be creative and still be together, but not. It's just so awesome. And I mean, like some organizations and places have really stepped up. And it's been absolutely crazy how much amazing content that people have produced just from this.
Definitely. Like I've said this on the show before, like I honestly think that musicians have handled this better than most industries and have been so creative in finding new ways to like connect with their fans and do all this kind of stuff. It's been incredible to see. Yeah.
And it's like, okay, here's a new song I wrote, and because of COVID, here you go. And it's like, oh, this is amazing. Yeah. The things too, because I mean, like, well, they have like I can't say for myself. Well, I guess we all did nothing better to do, and then might as well. Right, that's the only time I've been a full-time musician. That's the reason these songs got written. I mean, now it's like I was feeling guilty about not doing it. I'm like, well, might as well. But it's definitely interesting, but definitely cool because things like this. And this is awesome, by the way. The production quality is incredible. Wow, I couldn't believe it.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm super stoked to have artists like you on here.
Oh, that's too kind. You're nice.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Like, so you said you started something. Is there like a place you work, or is this kind of like just you had an idea?
So this is through Dropout Entertainment, which
okay.
Yeah, which So Dropout I've been doing with the team there for a couple of years now. But this quarantine songs, this was just kind of born out of the COVID situation, like tacked onto the Dropout Entertainment.
Awesome, so sick.
Yeah. And I definitely want to ask you some more about these covers. Do you maybe want to play us another song first?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Awesome.
Okay, cool. Here we go. This song is gonna be released soon enough. You know, if you hear it and you like it, I have a SoundCloud as well. I mean, all the demos are on there, but just probably shut up and play. Am I right? Okay, here we go. still in the evening, and bark bound in the dawn. And now every season, it feels centuries long. The laurel tree, a shrine to the empty, is gone, but in wooden legs and green hands, my heart still beats and breaks for plans unknown. Crown of leaves lies on mountain tonight. I hope you find life and it feels alright. The lies they sing on starlit nights for you, for you. Seen the rise, felt the fall, watched it all fall in line. Feelings erode me, come all the time. As above, so below, found its fate, falls its soul. As years go by, your scented groves, crown leaves, laurel tree, and ebony, shrine to that. The empty is cannot be brought back again. Now dim your eye, a desolate end. Thank you.
Nice. We're having a little bit of that clipping problem again.
Oh no, not again.
I don't know.
Maybe
I don't know what
back.
more we could do. Yeah, maybe for the next song, if you just want to move back a little bit, well, hopefully that solves it.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, let's jump back into the Winnipeg covers though. I think that's super cool that you're doing that and trying to like you know, kind of shine a bit of a light on local music there. Can you talk about that series a little bit and what got you into that?
So when I was brand new, well, I'm pretty brand new, I guess, but I was thinking of ways to and this is also COVID as well. I was thinking of just ways to produce content and sort of how to kind of put something out between song releases. And I had an idea of like, because I mean, cover songs are a classic way to get people's attention and stuff like that. So I mean, I did a couple of cover songs with like other bands I like. I mean, I did like a Metallica one, a Townes Van Zandt one that I like, and that was like all right. I was wondering like how I could sort of bring attention to other of my favorite bands from Winnipeg, as well as discover new bands, and as well as like, I mean, especially in music, I found like connections is key, and build relationships with other artists and stuff like that. And so I figured that I'd just start covering, instead of like big famous band songs or whatever, I'd just do local band songs. And then yeah, so the covering Manitoba thing was born from that, I guess. So pretty much what it is, I have a shed in there, and I sit in my shed, and then just do cover songs of local artists. And yeah,
that's awesome. Who are a couple of your favorite Winnipeg artists that?
Okay, so there's a band, Living Hour, that I'm a big fan of. They're kind of like an indie rock, kind of spacey kind of thing. It's like really sort of chill. A lot of songs that are just like incredible, amazing. Micah Ehrenberg's a guy that I'm a really big fan of. He's kind of folky kind of guy. He does, but also kind of like heavyish. He's an amazing artist. Another big band I'm a fan of is it was a band called Royal Canoe that I really like. And they kind of like they're crazy. Yeah, they're like synth stuff, kind of funky kind of stuff. They're amazing band. I mean, I could go on forever, but I mean, those are just some of the crazy amounts of talent that we have here. I mean, yeah, it's totally wonderful.
Nice. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of.
Neil Young.
Neil Young.
Like
nice. Yeah.
Local
Who's
boy.
he?
Yeah, I don't know. He just messaged me yesterday. I don't know.
Just some dude.
Just some dude. Some guy. Some old guy.
So, are you born and raised in Winnipeg?
I was actually born in Grand Prairie, Alberta. So it's a small town in Alberta. And then I moved here when I was about I was raised. So I moved here when I was about 5 or something like that. So I've always been sort of around here doing the thing. You know how it is. And then, and then being in a big small town, pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how? What are your thoughts on the music scene in Winnipeg? Obviously, there's a lot of talented people. Pre-COVID, this answer will have to apply to. But yeah, what are people working together? Is it a little bit competitive? Is it you got what's kind of your vibes from the Winnipeg scene?
The Winnipeg scene I found is to be super love and good stuff like that. I mean, and in most every scene like that too. Folk scene, in the metal scene, it's super love. It's all love in the metal scene. And the metal scene here is amazing. It's so sick, the coolest, so sick. And then I'm not into the local rap scene, but so I have friends that are into that, and they say it's really sweet. I see all those guys supporting each other and stuff. So it's all really together, and everyone's really cool. I mean, there's not really one person that's oh, fuck that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's here. Oh God, you know what I mean? And yeah, I mean, most people I've met are totally cool. And I mean, yeah, birds of a feather flock together, and we're all pretty cool birds, I guess. I don't know. Put that on a t-shirt. What about in Toronto? Awesome. How's it there? I mean, I know it's the big city and stuff like that, so I imagine people are kind of you know what I mean? But what is it like there? I'm really interested.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more just from what I've seen from talking to people and playing different places. It definitely seems a lot more, I guess, competitive than a lot of places. Just because there's so many bars, there's so much going on all the time that everybody's trying to climb that ladder, which I think is a big difference between Toronto's amazing because there's music all the time, but at the same time
there's music all the time. You're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because if I have a gig on Saturday night, you know what I mean? It's me. If a lot of people want to go see music, it's me, and then other maybe an EDM thing, or there'll be one folk band playing one genre of every music, and you get to pick the guy you want to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never. It's that. I've never thought of that too, and I can only imagine it could be pretty fucking vicious. Yeah.
But I mean, it is amazing though. People there is Toronto's got a bunch of little scenes in there, and it's tons of amazing super loving bands and people who are always helping each other out. We do totally have absolutely an amazing scene to be a part of, but definitely just like you were saying, right, on a Saturday night there's always pre-COVID, there's always 25 shows going on, which slightly separates it from Regina or Winnipeg or something like that.
Exactly. And it's too, I mean, you got these little shows going on at the ACC. There's fucking I don't know, Justin Timberlake there.
Yeah.
So it's oh, shit, man. Could you imagine being a little a small metal band? It's all right, we got our first gig tonight. It's oh fuck, Metallica's playing tonight. We're screwed.
Yeah.
We're screwed.
So, the huge benefit is there's always people to collaborate with and always a bunch of amazing new musicians to meet. So yeah.
I love Toronto so much. I think it might be my favorite city. That and Montreal are my favorite cities in Canada.
Nice. Yeah, Montreal's super cool too.
Yeah.
Do you obviously you're not going to be doing this now, but do you plan on doing any touring, any of that kind of stuff in the future?
Yeah.
Maybe next year?
Yes, I do. So And also another thing is too about what's cool about connecting with bands and stuff, because bands know other bands. So like I can talk to a local guy from Winnipeg and be like, hey, do you have buddies in Toronto that would like to open? Because I mean, it's a whole thing like that. And I learned actually the other day, you get paid to play gigs. Blew my mind. Blew my fucking mind. Who would have thought? I was like, I finished playing the gig, and it's like, hey, wait, where are you going? Like it was over. Like I stayed for the other bands, of course, as you should do, and like talk to people. And I was about to leave. Like, where are you going? I'm like, what? It's like, here's $100. I'm like, oh my god.
Wait, nice. Yeah, that's a good barrier to break.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, just contacting other things. I mean, I plan to do like a prairie kind of deal. I would love my I don't know, like how to do. Like, I'm not an expert. Take anything I say with a grain of salt, but I'd really like to go to play small towns, like small ass towns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just kind of have fun there. I mean, because I feel like people there don't get much music, and like it'd be cool to be playing a small town. You know?
Absolutely, yeah. They're a lot more starved for live music than
I know, and like you said about the competition. I mean, if I go play in some small town, that's the event for the month. You know?
Absolutely, yeah. And they'll have posters up for you, and people will be super stoked.
That welcome banner.
Yeah, it's funny, you know. You play those small towns, and like there's a lot less people in them, but the people who are looking for something to do when they see an event are proportionally higher.
I mean, exactly. I mean, it's cool too, and I mean, yeah. So I could not wait to. Like I was thinking about COVID. Like I cannot. Now that I got the first gig out of the way, and to be honest with you, I was kind of avoiding gigging because I was super stressed about it. But after I'm done, like after I finished the first one, I was like, oh fuck, this is so cool. Like nice. I'm gotta keep on doing this. You know what I mean? So like if I would like to be a touring band, I gotta always like to be always touring and shit. I mean, yeah, but definitely something I'm totally into.
Nice.
And we have an amazing festival here. The Winnipeg Folk Festival is like really a good thing.
Cool. Okay. You wanna? How many songs do you got for us tonight?
How many can I do? I mean, I could do a couple more.
Yeah. If you got more, I'd love to hear some more.
All right, word. Let's do it. Okay. Let's see. What should I play here? I'll do a cover song. Whoa. I only got 4 songs, and one of them's an instrumental, and yeah. Anyway, I gotta stop talking and start playing. This song's called "The Rake" by Townes Van Zandt. I used to wake and run with the moon, live like a rake in a young man. Covered my lovers with flowers and wounds, laughter the devil would frighten. Sun she would come and bring me back down, but every cruel day at its nightfall. Welcome stars, the wine and guitars, oh, feel fire and forget me all. Soft and sharp, not it clean, now rage my joyful companion. Whispering women, how sweet did they seem, kneeling for me to command them. But time was like water, and I was the sea, oh, put in a notice to passing. Except for the turning the night into day, oh, and day and the cursing. Was taking my pride with the pleasures I'd known, laughed and said I'd be forgiven. Lights turned round, my blazing and said, my friend, we're holding a wedding. And I buried my face, but the stole once again. Not today, we're blinded. And now the dark air is like fire on my skin, and even the moonlight is blinding. Now the dark air is like fire on my skin, and even the moonlight is blinding. Cool.
Oh man, that's cool. Yeah, you were mentioning you have a lot of kind of influences from all over, the metal and folk in between. We talked about some of the local bands, but who are some of the bigger artists that you kind of look up to?
Okay,
So I guess you gave us a quick rundown at the start, but if you want to go a little bit more into it, I'd love to. Love to hear about what
I'll go
influences
deep
you.
dive. So I'll give like top 5 maybe. So number 1 I'd say would be this band Fleet Foxes, if anyone knows about them and stuff. So like I was super into the story goes, I was super into metal and metal only. Yeah, I mean, and not by like I wasn't like an elitist guy, like metal or die, man. You know what I mean? I wasn't like a black metal, well I was, but wasn't super intense. Do you know the story of the guy that stabbed like 32 times because he wasn't mad enough? No? Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, shoot, you cut it. What was the question? You cut out for a second there.
There's this guy from Norway, and he killed his friend because he wasn't metal enough.
Oh shit! No, that sounds pretty Norway though.
Yeah, it does. But no, but I was like looking for other stuff, and I found the band Fleet Foxes, and it was just this beautiful, harmony-rich, amazing thing that exactly what I was looking for. Because I was kind of looking for like I was really into like the folk metal, like kind of like the like kind of like that old medieval kind of stuff. I was into that. So I found the Fleet Foxes, and they're kind of just like that. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. So I was really into them. I mean, the harmonies, the instrumentation, the lyrical themes, the use of unique instruments, everything just blew my mind and completely changed the way I thought about everything. Another band, I guess, sort of staying with folk. The cover I just did was from Towns Van Zandt, and he's an amazing singer-songwriter. I mean, just the craziest lyrics, the craziest songs. Towns Van Zandt, if you haven't heard him, check him out. I mean, that, and he really is kind of why I like to like hammer-ons and stuff like that is something I'm really. And yeah, he told you, and like he kind of inspired me in the way that it's okay to be like, I don't know, you don't got to be like an amazing. He's an amazing singer, but you don't got to be an amazing singer to sing. And because anyone that's like that, I kind of look up to, because I don't know, I just kind of sing and try my best, but you know what I mean. But yeah, so I kind of look up to guys like that. Speaking of guys that can't sing the best, Neil Young is also.
I knew where that was going.
Neil Young was my true inspiration with that, because I said, yeah, like he's doing it. I don't care. I'll do it too. And I mean, not even that. I mean, he shouldn't be just talked about, but it's not as great singing. But like, oh my God, Neil Young. The way that he blends rock music with folk music is completely, totally inspirational to me, and like something that's like awesome. Like I saw him live, and he's just so kick-ass. And I don't know, I just have Neil Young vibes. He walks around the stage, he just shoots the shit. He's like, well, I was here last week, and he just like talks for 20 minutes and paces, and he just goes and crushes it, and it's amazing. So I mean, Neil Young, and then he's amazing. What am I on 3 right now, or 4? I'm on 3. Okay, so I'm on 4. Another one, but we're gonna go like kind of heavy here. Metallica has been a huge band for me. It's weird because I didn't like Metallica in middle school. I don't know why, but in high school, I think I know exactly why. I watched that movie that they were in, and how they're a bunch of assholes. I watched that movie in middle school. I mean, it just fucking sucked. And then in
Yeah,
high
that's
school,
fun. I watched that exact same movie when I was younger, and like I was super into Metallica, and then like after watching that, I'm like,
yeah,
like as much as I'm into the music, like it's kind of hard to take these guys as seriously as I did before
yeah,
watching
they're,
this.
like
Like,
they're fucking dicks. But I mean, now they're the coolest dudes on the planet now. Like I mean, like I kind of got back to them and like the shit they do with philanthropy stuff, and like they're just super fucking cool people now. They don't seem
nice.
like totally self-absorbed fuckwads. You know what I mean? But I watched Seattle 1989, and then that was like, ooh, I was kind of into that, just swearing and shit, and that was sick. So Metallica is a really big deal. I mean, I like to do that stuff and sort of the heavier stuff and guitar work, like very melodic, kind of harmony-rich guitar work. That's what they're all about, really, is tons of guitar harmonies, and like that's what makes it really pop. So musically, they're the best. And then, yeah, well, the best, but well, yeah, maybe the best. Fuck it, Metallica's the best. You heard it here first. Uh,
First.
you know, uh, then
Okay, you
my,
got
I
one
mean,
more. You got one more here.
I got five. I got one more. I mean, it's hard, but let's go with the Canadian boy. Let's go with Leonard Cohen.
Nice.
I love Leonard Cohen, and I know some people don't like Leonard Cohen, and I mean, but I love Leonard Cohen. I mean, like "Bird on the Wire" is probably the greatest fucking song of all time. "Who by Fire" is an incredible song. It's just I could go on about Leonard Cohen all day long. The way, and another guy that singing. There's a theme here. I mean,
Right.
I wouldn't call Leonard Cohen the greatest singer in the world, but he has the soul, and that's amazing. I love that about him. Soul.
Nice.
So,
Nice. Yeah, no, I love that theme, I guess, if you want to call it, but just that idea. And like you brought up Neil Young, who for me is like a great example of it. That having a great story and being able to write a great song is so much more important than having like what is known as like a traditionally great
yeah,
singing voice. Because that's
Mhm.
for him, right? That's just kind of a vessel for how he gets it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, which is appreciate you bringing that up because that's one thing that I absolutely love about him, and like I feel like for anybody who has confidence issues with anything they're doing, just think of Neil Young, and that should help get you through it.
Honestly, and that's so important. Like, I mean, looking up to a band like Fleet Fox, as I said, fucking incredible singer, incredible singers, and they're harmonizing. They're like the Beach Boys, how perfect they are with their singing. But then it's like you look at a guy like Neil Young, and it's like just as much soul and just as much into it, but he's going like, fuck, what is that? Harvest Moon. I think he has those like really high notes or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, you know what I mean? Already sounds like that. You know? Heart of gold.
Yeah, it's funny, man. Like I love him. Like I listen to people are like, "What the hell, man? Like, do we have to listen to him?" Like I love it. Like I almost forget. I'm
I
so
know
into him that I'm like, his voice is amazing. But I'm like, when I step back, I'm like, okay, I can see why not everybody's into that.
exactly. I've never had a problem with it, but I had a coworker and she fucking hates Neil Young. She
Yeah.
goes like, hey, hey, and I'm like, you're not wrong, but it's just fucking sick.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's funny. I gotta ask you too. I gotta ask you about that moose antler guitar.
Oh, dope! Yeah, that thing's
That is the
crazy.
crazy. I've never seen that before.
So I brought up the Winnipeg Folk Festival, and that it's amazing. So, and there's a festival in Ontario. It starts with an M. I don't remember its name right now. The Marascapa or something like that. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But so
Mariposa.
along, yeah, exactly what I'm thinking of it. So it's kind of like that. But everyone kind of brings their own crafts and stuff like that. Like they make these amazing things. I mean, look it up if you have like a chance. Like just light shows, giant light stuff. So this guy, he has his like tent set up always, and then he has these instruments made of fucking animal horns. So he has a moose antler bass. He had a deer antler guitar. He had another bass that was like a big like skin, or like a big like skin stretched out on a big circle. He has like the classic like shovel guitars. He just makes things out of guitars, and like it's so cool. And the thing about the moose bass is it played well. Like
Nice.
that thing, it was awesome. Like I mean, it was really cool. So I go there, and I don't know if he sells them. He just kind of makes them, lets people use it,
Right.
which is cool. I get this art, you know what I mean? But I mean, it was so much fun. The moose bass, yeah,
That's awesome. That's one of the most Canadian things I've seen in a while.
I know moose bass.
Nice. And so you said you're hoping you kind of got the itch to get doing some more shows. Do you got anything planned yet? Do you got any more music or any live stuff coming up?
Um,
And how is that situation in Winnipeg? I've seen a few Winnipeg artists playing. Is that becoming kind of an every weekend kind of thing?
people are playing, and like I played last week, but I mean, it's a kind of thing where it's going on and it's happening, but like it's kind of like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like I can play gigs every weekend, you know what I mean? But I would be running the risk of spreading this deadly virus.
Yeah.
So I came to the decision that it's like, you know what, take a step. I'm just gonna wait till I have, you know what I mean? Because I don't think it's worth it to. And not if anyone wants to play gig, like totally cool. I'm not shaming you or anything, but like I don't think it's worth it for me to risk my health and other people's health just to, you know, play game. And like that, so I'm thinking of doing some things like kind of like this. I mean, you seem to have it figured out where it doesn't sound like absolute garbage when you're playing. So like, I mean, if I could figure out something out to do like a live something, or maybe something from a cool location. Yeah, I mean, but I'm trying to think of it. But for now, I mean, it's especially bad now. If it goes down a bit, yeah. But for now, I'm kind of, which gives me time to make the most badass live performance of all time, which is that's all you want, you know.
Nice. Yeah, I'm excited to see people's live stuff after this. Like, I'm assuming the first show might be a little bit rusty, but like, I feel like people are going to be, you know, now musicians have that time to put that extra little couple levels into their live show. So I really think.
Rage when it's back, especially these metal bands. I'm pumped. I can't. People are gonna be. It's funny because there are metal gigs, but you have to sit down at these tables. So, like, I was at one, and then like we have a little section, and there's, you know what I mean, and then I'm just sitting there like this, like it's just hilarious. It's just such a weird, I don't know.
That's funny. Yeah, I went to my first show of the whole summer on Monday. And it was it was awesome, but I was like, yeah, I gotta sit down at this table because that's, you know, that's how it works. And like,
that's the rules. I mean, like, you know, who'd you go see?
Johnny No Cash. He's they play Celtic death metal. They're a band from here. The lead singer did an acoustic set out in Hamilton.
How acoustic was it? Metal kind of, or was it like Johnny Cash?
Yeah, it was all acoustic. Like their stuff is a lot of it translates like really well acoustically. But then he has like Johnny No Cash has the full band that he brings and makes it a whole like metal kind of thing. But yeah, I think originally like a lot of it was just written acoustically, so it was it was killer. It was weird. Like I'm used to seeing them as a whole band now, so it obviously wasn't that. But just to see any live music and get to be at a bar and like hear some live music was incredible.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, when I played my gig too, like I played and I was like, this is fucking sick. But then I was like, you know?
That's fair. But I mean, it's definitely a weird transitional point.
Yeah, and it's like weird because it's like, oh, I guess we're doing this now. Like but it's like I don't know. And some bars are different than others. Some bars are very like set up the tables, and some are like, say la vie, you know what I mean? Go do your thing. But you know, I mean, I'm looking forward to getting back to normal, and hopefully we could do it soon. But for now, this is our lives, you know.
Yeah. We got to take what we can get, and hopefully, hopefully we keep doing this right. We can be out of this and actually have some live music in 2021.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, we're coming up on our hour mark here. You got one last song here for us? You said you got an instrumental one?
Yeah, I got one last song. Yeah, so yeah, all right, do a song. This is gonna be, it's an original song. And there's a part in French, so hopefully no one speaks French here because I'm probably gonna butcher it. Anyway. Born from ages old as time, the great divide, a line where the silence dies. Do you hear our call? powers that be decree. Won't you hear our plea? And now the die is cast, not being heard's no reason for silence. Bring down this age-old reign. Martyr's blood won't be in vain. La paix scavenge des pas pour nous to a deep war. Pas plus il y a c'est vous. Give us bread and be gay. That's what they say. The day will we see our way. And now the die is cast. What's not the first won't be the last. Bring down this age-old reign. Martyr's blood won't be in vain. Born from ages old, less time, the great deep. Thank you so much, guys, for having me on here. You're the best. You're the best. You're the best. And yeah, keep on rocking in the free world.
That's awesome. I've got an audience question for you here before we get going. That was Barry. Hope you're doing well, Barry. Says, did you start to push your music career this year, or have you been going for some time?
Okay, so I've just started my music this year. I mean, yeah, this year, I mean, in the spring, I've really started to figure it out. I've been writing songs. I've had the songs, but I haven't really put a name to it and put marketing force behind it. And once I was ready, I mean, I just decided to go for it all and really do it. I mean, and yeah, and it's amazing and super cool. And like the response has been wild. I mean, I've been there for a couple months and I have a bunch of people listening. I mean, I still think it's super bizarre. I get like 20 streams on a song a day, and I'm like, do people listen to this shit? You know what I mean? But it's super cool, and it's every single thing. Like even doing this, it blows my mind. Like I would never ever have thought 2 months ago that I'd be doing a super cool radio show. Amazing. I can't even believe it. And I'm so thankful for every little bit of support, honestly. I know people say that, but it's like it warms my heart. I don't know.
That's awesome, man. I really think I think kind of a connecting theme that I've been hearing a lot throughout this is people have been trying new things throughout this, and you know, it's a lot. Once you put something out into the world, you know, the world's going to start reacting. And a lot of people weren't taking those jumps or risks because there wasn't all that time. But like it's really like if you put yourself out there, that's the only way of knowing, right, how people are going to react to this.
Honestly. And that's an amazing thing for people. I mean, I've struggled with this too, where it's like you can give 1,000, 100 million reasons to be like, no, it's not ready. No, but it's just like, you know, do it. Yeah. I mean, like it's like, oh, my album's not done, but like I had this one song done. I'll release it. Who cares? Like just start. If you think about doing music, just start. Like just put out anything, you know what I mean? And then once you do that, you can kind of climb. It's like, okay, first gig, now it's like this, you know what I mean? I mean, that's the key thing. Just do it, people. Nike was onto something. I don't know. Just do it. Exactly.
Yeah. Barry saying great timing, hey?
Yeah. Get off my ass. Get off my ass and sit on my ass. I don't know. That's how it was the past 4 months.
So yeah, where if people want to go find you after this, where's the best place for them to connect with you? Like Facebook, Instagram, you got a website set up. Where's the best place?
So I got a website. It's Mellifera Band. But best way, I'm always on Instagram, probably more than I should be, but whatever. And that's just Mellifera Band, Mellirfea. I spell it wrong every time. I was doing an interview and the guy's like, I don't think that's how it's spelled. I'm like, oh yeah. Can you spell it? God, it's horrible.
Nice. Where'd the name come from?
So I'm also like super into bees. So it's the Latin name for the western honeybee is Apis mellifera, and I said, oh, that's cool. So yeah, that bee girl. Everyone should look into bees. They're amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Okay. So yeah, I think that pretty well wraps this up. Unless anybody's got any last minute questions. Oh yeah, Barry's got your website link in there. So that's nice and easy for anybody who wants to click on that.
Awesome.
Nice, man. Yeah. Do you got so after Matt's up, we've got Cailin Provo coming up, and then Benedict drinks after that. So make sure to stick around for a little bit. We're still going to be going for probably another hour and a half. Do you got any last words of encouragement for any kind of things to talk about before we head out here?
You're the best. No one's better than you. And if they think they are, they're not. There you go.
I love it. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Thanks so much for coming on, Matt. Yeah, we've got your thing down there. I do want to mention again, we've got the tip jar set up at quarantinesongs.com. All of those profits are going to be split between the artists from tonight. And yeah, other than that, go check out Matt's music. He's got the brand new single out, which you can check out the recorded version. And yeah, yep. Thanks so much for coming on, Matt. I'm gonna leave everything on a little dropout screen here, and we'll be right back with Cailin.
Awesome.
Cool. Bye, Matt, and see everybody else in a bit.
Okay. Do I click leave now?
Cool. I figured instead of that, I might as well just jump in here for a little bit. Yeah, Cailin Provo is going to be joining us very shortly. She's a very talented photographer and a huge supporter of the local music scene here. So I'm excited to talk to her about some of what's going on. If anybody's got any questions for me while we're waiting, I don't know what kind of questions they would be, but even if you just want to say hi, feel free to give me a hi in the chat down here. Yeah, what can I talk about? I guess I can talk about Dropout for a bit. We've got some cool things going on, which you may or may not know about. We recently launched a online streaming radio station called Dropout Radio, which has been a very cool adventure. We're fully licensed through SOCAN, so we pretty much sort it all out. So we're a fully licensed and proper radio station. It's playing 100% Canadian independent music. So yeah, if there's any bands watching, or if you guys have any suggestions for music that we should be playing on there, feel free to send over an email to dropentertainment.ca@gmail.com. I see we got Cailin in here now, so I'm gonna bring her in. Hey, Cailin, how's it going?
Not too bad. How are you?
Good. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me.
Nice. How's your day going so far?
It's not too bad. Just been relaxing on my day off of work.
Nice. You got the day off. That's good.
Yeah, I got the whole weekend off as of Friday at 5 o'clock.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. I guess we're coming up with a long weekend, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Usually we would be going to the football game for the Labor Day Classic for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, but it's sadly not happening this year. Yeah.
I guess as a music photographer, you're definitely probably missing a lot of these things that are going on.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, nice. Missing it so much.
Yeah. Actually, before we jump into music, why don't we, since you mentioned the CFL, Yeah, are you're a CFL fan? Do you kind of go for that, or you're a year-round fan usually?
No, I am full CFL. The Hamilton Tiger Cats are the hometown boys.
Nice, nice,
Yeah.
awesome. Awesome. Oh, I see you're up in the Hamilton shirt too. You're all about Hamilton, hey?
Yeah, Hamilton is music.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I'm missing it. I'm missing our football. We usually get about 6 games in a year.
Nice. Nice. I'm from Saskatchewan originally, so I'm a Riders fan, but I try to make it out to a few games a year too. It's yeah, definitely a lot of fun. It's something I find like a lot of people. I bring up a CFL team and they're like, "What is the CFL?" Like I have no idea what you're talking about. But
Yeah,
I
no,
think they're missing
exactly.
out.
For sure.
Nice. Cool. So yeah, do you want to tell everybody a little bit about your photography and kind of what you're into for anybody who may not have heard of you or may not be following you just yet?
Yeah, so I've been into photography since I was little. I've always had a camera, but the last 2, coming up to 3 years, I've taken it a lot more seriously. I finally bought a camera, and yeah, I've been just learning how to use it, different effects and stuff, and editing and all that, and I absolutely love it. Yeah, music's my favorite, but I'm really taken to, like, especially the sunsets and sunrises are 2 of my favorite, along with the moon.
Nice.
Yeah, because you really right now there's really no concerts, but I
Yeah.
did get 2 in over 2 weeks in July. So every other Sunday, John from Monster Truck did a bi-weekly acoustic session. He had some guys from different bands out, and I went down. I saw the Jailbirds. Who else? The Jailbirds, Revive the Rose, and they had Leon and Maddie from the Lazies. So it was really cool.
This was a live thing?
Yeah, it was live down at the Absence in Hamilton. So what they did was they have 2 doors that actually open up into the patio. So the guys are actually inside and they're just broadcasting it out, and everybody's just sitting around tables,
Nice.
which was
Yeah.
cool. It was nice to get out, see some live music, see some friends, and yeah, it was a good time.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was just at Absinthe on Monday for a concert.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it was amazing to get out and see some live music because I definitely think I've been starting to have withdrawals. It's been way
No, for
too long
sure.
when you're used to going to it all the time.
Oh yeah, no, I'm the same way. It was my last show was actually the Jailbirds acoustic set in March, and I didn't get to see them for 4 months, and it was like, I just want to see you guys. Let's just go do something and whatnot, and it was great to see them, and they did another acoustic set, which was awesome, and yeah.
Nice. What are a few like what are some of the concerts you got in 2020 besides the Jailbird before all this came crashing down?
Honestly, it was the Jailbirds. Those
Oh
were
yeah,
I saw
okay.
them 3 times in
Nice.
yeah, 2 shows in February and then the one in March.
Nice. Do you want to talk about the Jailbirds for a bit? They're a phenomenal band who's really killing it right now. They just put out some new stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you you wanna have a little chat about them?
Yeah, we sure can. Let's do it.
Nice. So yeah, I've seen you share their stuff for sure on your page. I'm making sure to follow it since we booked this and since Brandon from Drop Top Alibi turned me on to your stuff.
Yeah, that
Um,
was so sweet of him. Yeah, he's another one I haven't. I found them through the Jailbirds and Revive the Rose. They were supposed to be on the same bill for a show in Thorold in March, and it got postponed a week before the show. And it was like, oh my god, that sucks so bad.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was the one show I was really looking forward to. But no, it's funny the way I got turned on to the Jailbirds. They actually found me. I get a lot of bands wanting to follow my personal account on Instagram, and most of the time I just delete it. And their name kind of stuck out, so I actually just went on Spotify, and I think the only song they had out at the time was The Black River, and I listened to it a couple of times, like, yeah, these guys are really good. And that's how I got connected with them. They messaged me, and yeah, I've been friends with them ever since.
Nice. I
So
guess that's the benefit of having a good band name.
yeah, the band name totally like who are these guys? And I saw they were kind of local and whatnot, and from Mississauga. And yeah, I was like, I really dig their sound, and I was really stoked. It took an extra 6 months to see them live because at the time I was underage to get into bars. So yeah, it was well worth the wait.
Yeah, worth the wait. That's good.
It was well worth the wait. I've seen them, I think, seven times in the last year and a half.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Who are a few of your other favorite local bands that you're really into right now?
I got the Jailbirds was the number one. Drop Top Alibi, love those guys, love their sound. Brandon in that unique voice of his is just, it makes the band. Yeah. Revive the Rose, One in a Chamber, like it just goes on. You got Crownlands killing it right now with their new album that I just bought on vinyl, and yeah, Dirty Rick from Hamilton, and yeah, all these.
These are all some fantastic bands that you're shooting off here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I got a one Spotify playlist, and I think I got like almost 6 hours of all their music, and yeah, it's just my go-to bands right now.
Nice. And shooting wise, what are some of the favorite bands that you've shot with your photography?
One of my favorites was actually Monster Truck. When they played the Labor Day Classic, I was like right up in front. It was all cell phone, but the photos came out amazing. And oh yeah, that was a lot of fun. Who else? The Killer Dwarves, the Trues, Loverboy, the Darby Mills Project. There's a whole whack. There's so many. I just can't think of all of them off the top of my head.
Yeah, hard to keep track once you get into it.
Oh yeah, I got a full hard drive full of photos, and it's like, oh, I remember this. This was a great show, and you just look at the photos, and all the memories just start coming back. And Platinum Blonde, yeah, and I love the all the Canadian classics.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice. That's with what you're saying about just like revisiting the things. I saw a post today, or it was a picture, and it said, anybody who doesn't believe in time travel obviously like hasn't really listened to music. And,
yeah,
like,
no, exactly.
I was just like, that's a weird way of thinking of it, but like it's so true, right? You look back at some pictures you took, or even just hearing a song, and it can instantly take you back, like your brain, to that exact memory of like the concert, which is a beautiful thing about doing the photography.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's the main reason. I'm always the one, like on my photography page. You capture the moment today, the memory will be tomorrow, and it's so true. You'll be able to look at these pictures the day after, years later, and it's like, I remember what I was doing at this time and how much fun it was. And yeah,
that's
there's
awesome.
Always so many photos with so many memories. It's like one photo can speak 1,000 words, and that is so true.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like especially with the concert photography, right? Like you see one little picture, like, oh yeah, this is when they played this song, and like all that was going on.
Yeah, no, for sure. Nice. Yeah.
We got a question here from Barry. I did just want to re-mention to anybody who is tuning in, we're live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. If you guys are on any of 3 of those, you can write the comments straight in there, and they'll come straight up, and we'll get them up there. Barry's asking, are you self-taught photographer, and what software do you use?
Yes, I am a full-fledged self-taught photographer. Software-wise, I just have some like just free apps on my phone I use, and most of it I like to keep it raw, and not a lot of editing, some tweaking and the colors and stuff, but I like keeping it raw, keeping it real, and I don't like doing a lot of tweaking. Like I like editing, don't get me wrong, I do, but I like keeping it real, just keeping it as is. And if there's sometimes I put some filters on it just to enhance it, and yeah. Nice. I don't do a lot. I like keeping it as raw as it can be.
Right on. And what kind of pushed you to make that decision? Because yeah, I know stylistically a lot of photographers, they're trying to keep it as organic and like in the moment as it is, and then there's
Yeah.
a lot of photographers who are the exact opposite, and like none of their photos are ever that way. What pushed you in that direction?
You know what? I think it depends on the lighting as well. When it comes to like I with my camera now, I haven't done like nighttime with bands and inside, like because of COVID, it stopped. It was a halt. But just with I just like it raw, and it's easier just to just be able to get it out faster to everyone, and yeah, and with my camera, I can Wi-Fi right to my phone, and I can literally sit at the venue and post all the photos right from there, and it's awesome.
Nice. Yeah, that's definitely a beautiful advancement in technology.
Yeah.
Ben's saying plug your Instagram. So if anybody wants to follow it right now,
So my Instagram is Cailin Provo Photography, all one word, all lowercase. I will post that in the comments.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Oh, and I'm seeing we got Barry, we got Jamie in here. Hey, Jamie, good to see you again. But yeah, if you want to throw that in the comments there,
Yeah.
and if anybody watching wants to go follow that, you'll definitely see some awesome photos and be able to discover some great new music.
Oh, for sure. Always discovering. I just discovered actually this past week is a Saskatchewan band called Dead Levy, and
Nice.
Yeah, I really like those guys. Yeah, looking forward to seeing them when we can get back to shows.
Nice. Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, I'm a little bit excited to hear that there's more stuff going on Absinthe too. I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah, there was the show on Monday. I was like, oh, okay, like this show's happening. I'll go out to a show if it's like actually a thing. And yeah, it was super cool. Like they had it really smart. Like you said, they like the bands play inside the bar, and everybody sets up tables outside.
Yeah.
So there's no real like, you don't have to get too close to anybody who's outside the bubble.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, I enjoyed getting out and seeing everyone. Finally getting to use my camera. Those two shows were all shot with my Canon camera, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
Nice.
And just go ahead.
I was just gonna ask what your camera is.
Yeah, I got a Canon T7.
Nice.
Yeah, I got that in February. It was on sale at Best Buy, and it was for a good price. Got 2 lenses with it, and it was perfect.
And then immediately afterwards, all the shows stopped.
And you know what? The reason I got the camera was actually for the Jailbirds Revive the Rose and Drop Top Alibi show. I wanted to actually shoot with a camera.
Yeah.
So it just stopped, and it's like it sucks so badly. But with all these live streams and stuff everyone's doing, it does help, and get the live music as best as you can.
Definitely. We're doing the closest we can get to it at this point.
For sure.
You've obviously got a huge passion for it now. But what got you started as a music photographer? What made you want to go down that path?
Honestly, as I said, I love photos just in general, taking photos of family, the dog, nature, and all that. But I think I started actually again with the Jailbirds, and I just saw I had the eye for it, and I could capture these photos, and it's like in the moments, it was like, yeah, I can actually do this. And once I saw more and more bands, it's like, yeah, like the shots were like memorable. They're just not like just kind of like a plain shot. Like you see the facial expressions, like guys with the long hair is everywhere. Those are some of my favorite photos.
Nice.
And yeah, I just enjoy it. It's a passion. It's somewhat like a stress reliever as well. And yeah.
Nice. That's cool. And yeah, so you mentioned the Jailbirds was like the first one you shot. What were a couple of the first? What are a couple of the other first shows that you shot to kind of get you going with this? And how did you get into it? Did you message the bands? Did you just kind of go with your camera?
I just went, and at the time I didn't have a camera. I shot with my phone.
Right.
And I did some editing off my phone to just sometimes the quality of photos aren't the greatest, so I just did some editing with it. But again, I kept it as raw as possible. And no, I just went, I shot, and just tagged the guys in the post. I met the band after, and I'm really good friends with the 3 of them. And I help them a lot just with some social media stuff, sharing their stuff into different groups and whatnot. And yeah, I got a really good rapport with them. They're great guys.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like that kind of ties back into the conversation from our last interview with Matt here. But sometimes it's just literally going out and doing it, and that's the only way. That's the only way you can figure it out, and that's the only way to get to the next steps. Is taking those starting steps and not being afraid to do those little things that.
Yeah, exactly. And I definitely wasn't afraid of doing this. Like, I started my photography account on Instagram just for fun in the beginning, just to share my photos. And then once I started the music photography, I saw it take off even further. And it's like, yeah, I can do this.
Nice.
And being able to meet people every show, people are now coming up to me, which I think is for the first time it was kind of strange. And it was like, yeah, I am who you say I am, and whatnot. And yeah, it's just, I've met so many amazing people over the last 2 years on this journey, and I'm very thankful for all the relationships I've built.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's really incredible the relationships that can be made within the music scene. Just from I've met a lot of people in my life, but a lot of people don't come up to you the same as they do as at a concert, and people aren't as comfortable with everybody else. Why do you think that is with musicians and like music fans and people that are so into music that they're a little bit more open than the general public, it seems?
You know what? I think we all have the same passion and the same love for what we do. If it's being a fan, loving the music, if it's being a musician, you love what you do, playing, singing, whatever. And everyone I've met over the last two coming up for 3 years, they've all been so nice, so kind, taking the time to talk. Well, just being able to just say thank you. And yeah, I love it. It's one big community, and to me, it's one big family.
Nice. Yeah, let's talk about community a little bit too. Do you just want to talk about the local music scene in Hamilton, and kind of your experience with that, and how? I guess this is obviously another pre-COVID question because I'm sure we haven't seen too many people in the community. But yeah, can you just talk about the Hamilton music scene for a little bit, because it's definitely got its own little unique community going outside of the Toronto music community.
Yeah, no. So we do. Our community's small. It's great. We do, like, we have all the little venues. Sadly, a lot of them have closed due to the pandemic now.
Yeah.
I honestly really haven't been to a lot of them in Hamilton. The only two I've actually been to were the Corktown pub where I saw the Jailbirds, and the studio that's in behind I guess you want to call it Hamilton Place, or their first Ontario concert hall, when I saw the Killer Dwarves and the Darby Mills project. But right now, what I'm loving is the Westdale Theatre is doing all these live streams on Mondays, and it's all Hamilton-based musicians, which I absolutely love. And I think what they're doing is amazing, and it's all non-for-profit, and they rebuilt it. And it's a beautiful theater. I was there actually last year to see Biff Naked for an acoustic story kind of telling, which was really cool.
Nice.
And it's a very nice little theater. If anybody gets a chance to go, I always suggest to go. They do movies as well. And yeah, I really like it. Our community's small, but it's tight. It's amazing.
Nice. That's awesome. Sorry, what was the name of that theater again?
The Westdale Theatre.
Westdale Theater. Okay, that's very cool. Yeah, and it's cool to see that, like, Hamilton does really seem to be trying hard to keep things going throughout this. And yeah, it's cool to see that things are still going, and things are not dying there, and people are still supporting each other, and making sure all that's going.
Exactly. You got to do what you got to do right now, and supporting each other is what we have to do to get through this as a community, as a family, and be ready when everything can be back to what we want to call the new normal, and we'll be ready and when the time does come.
Nice. Yeah, the future is obviously very hard to predict at this point. You know, I truly thought this was going to be over by now, but it's obviously not.
Yeah, I think we all did.
Maybe that was a little bit too optimistic of me. But what are some of your plans, you know, for this for the photography once Corona is over, and what are some of your goals for 2021?
Well, for me is getting out and photographing as many bands as I can. I want to work with them one-on-one and like group photos and all the promo stuff. I really like doing that. I got some ideas that I think will be unique. I don't want to give any of that away. And
I won't ask for your secrets.
oh no, it's all good. And yeah, I'm just anything I can do to help. I'm always there for anyone that can always reach out to me through my personal Facebook page, personal Facebook or my photography page. And yeah, I'm always there to help as best as I can.
Nice. Have you done like promo shots or like that kind of stuff? Has it mainly been okay?
Not yet. I'm working on. I'm gonna start talking to a couple of people and see if we can get some stuff going through COVID. Even just you can do our 6 feet distance. They're on one end, I'm on the other end, and you'll be good to go.
Nice. Cool. Well, yeah, that should be exciting. I look forward to seeing some of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm just building it slowly. Because I'm off the next 3 days, so I'm focusing on. I'm gonna get actually a Facebook page together, and get that on Facebook, and probably in the next few months a website as well. I really want to take the steps, and I want to take this to go further than what it is right now.
Nice. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to see when all those things are put together. And this is we can look back at this and be like, hey, remember when she was just talking about her Facebook and her website and now they've blown up?
Yeah, no, exactly. No. Yeah, it's going well. I see it's growing daily, and I'm loving it. I'm loving every minute of it.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of how to word this question I had. When we were talking about bands before, I'm like, just from my opinion, you obviously have very good taste in music. Just all those bands, like they're bands that I also like. Yeah, wicked artists. What makes a great band for you though? Like what kind of attracts you towards these bands that you named off?
So depending on, because I also play the drums. For me, it is the bass and the drums, but then also they have to have a good voice. The voice to me always makes the band, and it depends on the style of it. I'm all for rock and roll and somewhat heavy metal. I'm not a metalhead, no way, shape, or form. But I think the band, all the bands are unique in their own right, and they all have their influences, but at the end of the day, they are their own band. They have their own sound, and yeah, I think that's what makes a band. They have to be unique. They have to have their own sound. They don't like. We all have our influence, of course. We all do. I have my influences as a drummer, but I think it's the voice, the singer.
Nice.
That usually it's the drums or the singer that catches my eye.
Okay. Yeah, I can see why you're a Drop Top Alibi fan then for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, the voice on Brandon is just
It blows my mind.
yeah.
Killer voice.
Yeah, and yeah, I find with their songs, like their songs to me, like they sound like things that could have been like classic rock songs that I may have heard before because they already sound like a hit from the first time I've heard it. But
the first song I ever heard from them was "Summer Nights and City Lights," and that is my favorite song.
Yeah,
and that just blew my mind. Then going back into some of their other songs, it's like, man, the voice did change, but it's killer. Like, he can sing.
So
he can sing anything. Yeah.
Nice.
For sure.
And so what kind of stuff are you into with the drumming?
I've been playing coming up for 4 years. I play to relieve stress. That is the biggest thing that the reason why I started to play. I haven't played in about 4 months, just been so busy with work and stuff, but I enjoy it. I just put on an album and I just play from top to bottom. And another band that I'm going to mention, they are, how do I word this? A super group. They are all Canadians, but they do live in the States. They are called Took, the best Canadian band name, I think, can
Took?
ever be. Took.
I've never heard of Took. Who's in
Okay,
Took?
so Took consists of Todd Kearns from The Age of Electric and / Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. We have Corey Churko on lead guitar. He plays for Shania Twain. Their drummer Shane Gallus played for a Japanese band called Bees, and Brent Fitz is on bass, and he plays in so many bands, Canadian. He played with Alice Cooper, Econoline Crush, and he's playing with Slash as well as Todd, their lead singer.
Nice.
And they play all Canadian classic rock, all covers.
Oh, wow.
So they have 2 albums out, Giver and Never Enough, and they are actually working on all original music right now. So I love these
cool.
guys. They are an amazing bunch of people. I'm very lucky to have them as friends. And yeah, I suggest anybody please check out Toque. Toque.
That's awesome. I can't believe I've never heard of this. This sounds like something I should have known about before now.
Yeah, I'll definitely send you their stuff after.
Nice. You got any other bands that we may not know about that you want to turn some people on to?
Well, another one is well, it's a little bit bigger. We all know who Slash is, but Slash featuring Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators. I really love those guys. I've been into them for the last, I don't know, 2.5 years. I didn't get to see them this last year. They came to Toronto, but I did get to meet Todd. I do have his stage played bass guitar from their heavy Montreal festival. That's a whole story unto itself, but Todd is one of the nicest guys you will ever meet in the music community. He sat with us for an hour. We talked about music, we talked about life, and he's one of my biggest inspirations for sure.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah, no, I love those guys. They're a great bunch of people, great Canadians, and they wave that Canadian flag loud and proud, even living in the States.
Nice. And what are a few of your other like favorite Canadian bands? We went over local bands, but let's talk about some of the bigger ones. Who are some of
the bigger
Canadian
ones? My favorite.
influences?
Yeah, my favorite will always be Rush. Rush is my number one band. My dad influenced me on that at an extremely young age, probably about, I don't know, 4 or 5. And I've been a fan ever since. I love Street Heart. My mom turned me on to them. I didn't like them in the beginning when I was a lot younger. Didn't really understand it, and I'm the biggest Kiss fan as well. So at the time, it was like Kiss, Rush, and AC/DC.
Nice.
They're 3 of the biggest bands we can probably think of, and the Headpins, the Killer Dwarves, Monster Truck, the Trues. You can want to keep it Chilliwack, Helix, Kick-Axe. I can just name like the whole list. But no, I love all the Canadian classic rock.
Nice.
Yeah, Toque turned me on to a lot of that as well, because they did their first album was all covers, and probably some of the best covers I've heard of these songs. And I will admit they are somewhat a little better than the original. That's just my own opinion.
Nice. Funny. Barry's just saying everyone seems to love Rush. And so Barry's from Australia originally, and I think like most of Canada does really love Rush. Why do you think that is, Cailin? Why is
Well, let's put it this way. I've met quite a few people that don't like Rush, and with Rush, you understand them or you don't. It's a take it or leave it kind of band. You have to understand the lyrics, and I think that's where a lot of people don't. Well, they'll come up. Well, I don't like Rush. Well, why don't you like them? You just can't say you don't like a band. There has to be an explanation why, and that's part and parcel why I think a lot of people don't like them is the lyric writing. They just don't understand it. Like Neil Peart writes a story, especially when you listen to Clockwork Angels. It's a story, and I love them. When I was younger, I didn't understand what they were singing about, the stories behind it, but I always loved the music. And once I got older and read the book Clockwork Angels, that's when I really understood what the lyric writing was all about. And I will always love them. They'll always be my number one band.
Nice. So I assume your drum set has like 51 pieces then.
No. I wish. A friend of mine he actually built a replica of Neil Peart's 2112 drum kit. And I actually got to sit behind it a couple of times. Didn't get to play it. I wouldn't want to like know where to start. But no, I can say I've sat behind a replica, and it's a beautiful looking kit. That's for sure.
Nice. That's awesome. Okay, I see we're wrapping up at 7:30 already. That was a quick
That was
conversation.
fast.
Yeah, so Benedict Drinks is going to be coming up next, so make sure everybody stays tuned in. What does Ben say? Anybody who makes fun of Rush secretly listens to Rush, self-included.
I love it. That's awesome. Yep. I've got into a couple of arguments with a couple of people because of it. But you just got to understand the lyric writing, and that's, to me, what a lot of people just don't get.
Fair. Nice. Cool. Well, we're waiting for Bag Drinks to come on. Can you share a story? What's one of your favorite stories from photographing a concert? What's one that really stands out?
I think one of them would probably be the Killer Dwarves. They had so much energy on stage. Their lead singer is just crazy on stage. Russ, he's just amazing. So much energy, and you feel the energy when you take pictures. You really do. And that one, I really felt the energy. I was like right up at the stage, and yeah, it was amazing. It was fun. There was actually a photo of me singing with them. He put a mic in front of me. I wasn't expecting that, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of them all have, you have to find the energy, and there's usually energy at all shows, but it's all unique. And that's especially what I really love about it. And I think another one is probably the Trews at Festival of Friends in Hamilton at Gage Park. I ended up becoming friends with the general manager, and I ended up getting weekend passes for the pit, which was really sweet of him. And I was able to get some good shots up there. And yeah, that was his third time seeing the Trews, and I really like them. They're another great band.
Nice. Yeah, they're a fantastic group of Canadians. Okay, we got another question from Barry here. Do you like photographing big bands or small pub bands? That's a good question.
It all depends. I really haven't done a lot of big bands yet. I do like the small pubs, just for the fact you have not a lot more room, but you're a lot more closer to the band to be able to get the shots. And then being like in a pit, like I can say for Festival of Friends, because the stage is up higher, you have to shoot up further, but like kind of being like right level, you'll be able to get some really good shots. And my favorite venue I've shot at was at the Hideout in Toronto.
R.I.P. the Hideout.
I know. I've only been there once, and that was probably one of the best sounding venues I've ever been to.
Yeah, it was, God, that place we missed. The sound was amazing, the owners were amazing, like, yeah, just a fantastic Toronto bar.
For sure. Yeah. For sure, that was, I saw another Jailbird show was at the Hideout. That was a fun night. That's when they were in the About music competition.
Nice.
That I think got shelved due to COVID as well.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. They had so many fantastic bands in throughout that. Oh man. Okay. Oh, I see we got Benedict Drinks coming in here. Okay. Before we let you get going, is there any other subjects you want to touch on?
No, I just want to say thanks again for having me on, and thanks to Brandon from Drop Top Alibi for the mention to make this all happen. Extremely grateful for him for that. And yeah, thanks Jesse for having me on. It's been a blast.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm really happy to have someone on to talk about some photography. And yeah, if you're not following her, she's got her Instagram there in the bio, so you should definitely check that out. Yeah, you got any last words? I usually ask the bands if they got any last words of encouragement since we're going through some tough times. You got any last words for our watch viewers here?
Yeah, never give up, fight the fight. Those are my dad's two sentences he always says to me, and just go for it. We will be back to the new normal, hopefully sooner rather than later. And yeah, looking forward to getting out there, seeing everyone again, hanging out, taking photos, and enjoying live music.
Nice. Okay, well, great. Thank you so much for coming on, Cailin. Yeah, everybody go follow her if you're not, and yeah, we'll chat soon. Thanks a lot for coming on.
No, not a problem. Thanks, Jesse.
Cool.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So yeah, huge. I greatly appreciate those last two people coming on. This has been very cool so far. And coming up next, we got Benedict Drinks from St. John's, Newfoundland. How's it going, Ben?
Pretty good. Hey, 1 second there. Just a tiny bit. How's it going, man? Can you hear me all right?
Good. Yes. Yeah, I can hear you.
Excellent.
Nice. Yeah. How's your day been? I saw you earlier for sound check, but how's everything between then and now?
It's been a good day. I have this project, Benedict Drinks, and I also have a much heavier project called Slowpoke, and we've been tracking an album, and we finished a pretty intense dual solo kind of section in it today. So it was a productive day already, and now I'm here, so it's gonna be a good day. Yeah.
Nice. Good. That's a good full day for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep it going, right? It's there's a lot of people that are kind of inconvenienced by what's happening around the world right now, but a lot of artists are just kind of like, oh, free time?
Oh, yeah. Barry's saying, oh, maybe your levels are a little low again.
Okay.
They sounded so good when we tested this earlier. We had this issue last time, though.
Right, exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crank them, and if Barry can let us know if they're getting distorted or not, I'm just gonna go for it right now.
Yeah, let us know if this gets too loud now.
Okay. So first of all, Barry, how does the voice sound? Is the voice coming through okay? Is it getting distorted? It looks like it's okay in the sensor.
Yeah, that sounded good on my end here, actually.
Give me 1 quick second here. I'm just gonna. I mean, I'm not getting too much out of them. It looks like.
Cool. Why don't we jump right into a song? And if anybody, he says little more.
I'll see what I can do. I think it looks like they're pretty much maxed out, but I can see if I can push some more out. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Please do something. Oops.
Oh, you say it's okay.
So I'm not sure. I can basically control the monitor output from here, and that's about it. Everything else is totally cranked. So please don't be too quiet.
Cool.
Just have a go at it, and we'll see kind of what it's like.
Yeah. He's saying guitar sounds good.
Okay, so I'll just make sure that I sing relatively loud, and hopefully we'll get through it.
Cool.
All right. So the first song is called "Stranger," as in I'm a stranger here. Like a sprouting seed, like the deepest roots of an ancient tree. I did not come here for the bread. No, I've come to wake the dead. And they'll say, tell us, Jack, what you seen? Where you go now? What does it mean? Come on, boys, you gotta do it right. You gotta pray to the moon in the middle of the night. Come on, Jack, what do you know? Where have you been now? Where will you go? Come on, boys, I gotta tell you the truth. I'm a stranger here just like you. I get high as the morning sky. The song I sing will never die. I get as low as a gravel road. In 1,000 tongues, my story's told. Whoa, 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 papaya. We can get along like a house on fire. This world, she's cold. This world is mean. My heart is stone. My hands are clean. And they'll say, tell us, Jack, what you seen? Where you go now? What does it mean? Come on, boys, you gotta do it right. You gotta pray to the moon in the middle of the night. Come on, Jack, what do you know? Where have you been now? Where will you go? Come on, boys, I gotta tell you the truth. I'm a stranger here just like you. I get high as the morning sky. The song I sing will never die. I get as low as a gravel road. In 1,000 tongues my story's told. Watch me roll like an iron wheel. I can stack the deck when the spirits deal. In its cage, I'm cheating death. I jump the grave, and they'll say, tell us, Jack, what you seen? Where you go now? What does it mean? Come on, boys, you gotta do it right. You gotta pray to the moon in the middle of the night. Come on, Jack, what do you know? Where have you been now? Where will you go? Come on, boys, you gotta do it right. You gotta pray to the moon in the middle of the night. That's how we're doing that one.
That's bad. Yeah, I think we're sounding good now.
Excellent. Yeah, it looked. There were a couple points where it looked like the vocal mic might have gotten too much, but I can just.
Yeah. There was maybe a couple points where
Right.
yeah.
That's all right.
The music sounded all good.
As long as it sounds all good.
Nice.
So why don't I play a couple more and then we can
Jump into some questions.
let's do that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, before you jump into there, I just want to let everybody know, if you've been watching for the whole thing, sorry that I keep repeating this, but in case anybody new is logging in. So this is live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. If you guys are watching from any of those, you can write a comment in there. It'll come directly into our stream. So if anybody does have any questions or comments for Ben, please feel free to write them in there. We've also got a tip jar set up at www.quarantinesongs.com, and 100% of those donations will be split between the artists. And that's my blurb. You can, want to take us with a few more songs?
Yeah, sure. I appreciate the blurb. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm gonna do. This is a relatively new one for me. It's not an original, but I enjoy playing it, so hopefully it'll do a pretty good job today. Blood is our blood too, I know, and I feel all of it too, you know. 1936, breathing, garnet her stone ever gleaming, and Edith's hope is for love, but she doesn't hear of her grandchildren grieving. Eldest raised by Al Ringling, spirit granted from Sing Sing, and all of her heart is for drugs, and she doesn't care that everyone is leaving. And her blood is our blood too, I know, and I feel all of it too, you know. Her blood is our blood too, I know, and I feel all of it too. halfway through the hour, towards the mid of the night, we met our hands despite our wicked fight, and we will work our way around this awful mess that all our genes have thrown around. And her blood is our blood too, I know. And I feel all of it too, you know. Her blood is our blood too, I know. And her blood is our blood too. Her blood is our blood too, I know. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna do this one. This is a Bray LaMontagne song that I played like the other night and totally messed it up. So this is the risk-taking portion, I guess, of what I'm doing here. So I'm gonna go at it, and hopefully it turns out pretty decently. It's called How Come? People on the street now, faces are long and grim, souls are getting heavy and faith is growing thin. Fears are getting stronger, you can feel them on the rise. Hopelessness got some by the throat, you can see it in their eyes. How come? I said, how come? Everybody on a shoestring, everybody in a hole, everybody on an old jet plane, crossing their fingers and toes. Government man spend his politics until he got you pinned. Everybody trying to reach out to each other, but they don't know where to begin. I said, how come I can't tell the free world from a living hell? I said, how come? I said, how come all I see is a child of God in misery? I said, how come? The pistol now is profit, the bullet's some kind of loading king, but pain is the only promise that the so-called savior's gonna bring. And love can be a liar, and justice can be a thief, and freedom can be an empty cup from which everybody wants to drink. I said, how come I can't tell the free world from a living hell? I said, how come? I said, how come all I see is a child of God in misery? I said, how come? It's just man killing man, killing man, killing man. I don't understand it. It's just man killing man, killing man, killing man, killing man. I don't understand it. It's just man killing man, 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 killing man. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Cool.
Awesome, man. These are sounding great.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm happy that one didn't tank here as well. Well, you know, it had been a while. It had been a while, so Sometimes you got to take these risks when you go to open mics, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Was that an open mic that you were playing at recently?
Yes, there is a wonderful open mic that's going through all this out here in Newfoundland called The Ship, and it's the bar's The Ship. The open mic is the Music NL open mic. So with necessary precautions, we are still afforded some live music, and as someone that's going to that, couldn't be happy that it exists because wow, do we need it.
Nice. Yeah, how is the COVID situation out in Newfoundland right now?
I mean, it's the statistics are going to basically tell you as much as I know. It's pretty good, really good, really good actually. I think there's a sense of ease since we're kind of dislocated from the rest of the country,
Right.
and it's a little bit harder for things to get here. But at the same time, that's likely like double-sided sword kind of a situation where, at the same time, that's going to cause people to kind of naturally, relax, and
Right.
that could be what ends up being a, factor in making things spread if it does come back here. If there's a second wave, which, I mean, hopefully not, but
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah, that definitely seems to be a thing that's happening across the rest of Canada right now. Like everybody seemed to be getting really over it, and now we all seem to be getting a little bit worse. But yeah, there hasn't really been a whole lot of cases in the East Coast at all, has there?
No, but I mean, I think to your point, things are getting a little bit more crazy now, and especially now, as soon as school kicks in, I think we've kind of been in off season for a large part of what COVID's looked like. So it's kind of, okay, let's see what things look like when they're actually supposed to be busy, because there's a lot more business happening when, September through.
Yeah, it's crazy to think. It's Thursday now. School's
great way to
supposed to
start
start
this
on
off,
like
isn't it?
Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully things are fine, but yeah, not to sound too ominous there. That got really dark really quickly, so my bad. Not trying to get at that,
Nice.
but hopefully things will be good. It's been good out here. It's been very good out here.
Nice. That's good. And so a different kind of school, a less scary kind. But you're doing some guitar teaching out there, right? Do you want to talk
Yeah.
about that at all?
Yeah. So I'm teaching for two places now. I'm teaching for a music collection, which is fantastic, and I'm basically my them, and there's a new place called School of Rock as well.
Nice.
And it's pretty sweet. So I spend a lot of my time just kind of, not just youngsters, but people of all kinds of ages, how to play music, and that's very rewarding, especially when you've had a couple other jobs that aren't in the same vein.
Nice. Yeah, and in that sense, I feel like musicians are often wired slightly different than other people once it comes to jobs. Why do you find that so rewarding? Why is that such a great feeling for you?
Why is it so well? So I don't think this is specific to musicians, but like I have a kind of couple of things that I look for if I'm going to take a job. Basically, I mean, sometimes it's out of like necessity, like your situation, you kind of have to take that gig. That's fine.
Yeah.
Otherwise, either compensation has to be really good, or it has to be some kind of, so like if I did construction or something like that, being able to drive past a building that I had built or something like that, or being able to kind of measure how my effort has actually translated into benefit for, I guess, the society around me and people specifically. So, I mean, definitely teaching music is one of the best things, because like you're literally just watching, and people love music, right? So it's a really easy one. And you're just watching people kind of reach towards things they want to achieve and helping them get there. And like, you know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't that be an awesome thing to do with your time, especially if it's like, pays some of your bills? That's fantastic. It's hard to do the bill paying part for sure. But there's ways to do it still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. And yeah, that's awesome to hear you're doing the open mic recently, and like the music stuff is starting to reopen up.
Yeah.
It's hard to know what's coming, but do you got music plans for 2021, or what's coming up next for you?
It's more of a question about like how fast my process is, because I've got, so I just released for Benedict Drinks in February. I did a really quick 1 month thing called Record Production Month, RPM. So I released an album for this project for that, which is the first material for this I've released. But I have this huge bunch of covers that I hope to have, recordings of. This is definitely going to help, so thanks for that. But yeah, I could keep on going for I could plan a couple of years down the line for just things to be doing and at least material. As far as touring plans and stuff like that, that would be sweet. I'm trying to make use of grants and stuff like that, especially for that other project, Slowpoke. But time's gonna have to tell on that. It's not likely without some kind of assistance or funding in some sort.
Right.
Yeah, and obviously, as long as COVID doesn't get worse.
Yeah, we might not have music in 2021 as far as we know. I guess.
We'll still, don't get me wrong, we'll still have music, but yeah,
Sure.
I feel you. Those kitchen parties are going to be really expensive entrance tickets, man.
Right.
It's going to be like $500 for like Billy's bad renditions of Wagon Wheel and Wall, and that's it for 2 hours. And it's going to cost you. Enjoy it. Don't take it for granted.
Oh man, nice. Okay. Yeah, that's a good say. You want to jump into some more songs? I don't even know how to follow up with that great of an answer.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, let's do that. I'll do. I got 2. I'll do right now. Let's do that. I'll do that. Is that right? That's right. Okay. Cool. So this is a song, again, a cover. None of these. I should point out that these are not originals. Though I wish. But this is a song called 40 Days, I believe. It wouldn't take long for the rivers round here to rise. It wouldn't take long for the rivers round here to rise. It wouldn't take long for the rivers to rise. Wouldn't be nothing but the sea and the sky. It wouldn't take long for the rivers round here to rise. 40 days and 40 nights, 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 40 days and nights of rain, and we could start all over again. Just 40 days and 40 nights of rain. Wind and rain will now knock upon your door. Wind and rain will now knock upon your door. Wind and rain, they came before anybody knew what a door was for. Wind and rain will now knock upon your door. 40 days and 40 nights, 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 40 days and nights of rain, and we could start all over again. Just 40 days and 40 nights of rain. Cities, they are built and they are broken, and nothing lasts forever, so they say. We all know just how long it took to build them, yeah we do. But just how long would it take to wash away? And these fools believe that they control the tides. These fools believe that they control the tides. No one controls the tides. Everybody swims when the waters rise. These fools believe that they can turn the tide. 40 days and 40 nights, 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 40 days and nights of rain, and we can start all over again. Just 40 days and 40 nights of rain. Just 40 days and 40 nights of rain. Yeah, jazz hands. Cool. So that's a song. The next song I'm gonna do for you guys is it's by no means the right way to do the song, but Blaze Foley has a song called Clay Pigeons, and I'm gonna play a slight bastardization of it. Yeah. Going down to the Raytown station, gonna get a ticket to ride. Gonna find that lady with 2 or 3 kids and sit down by her side. Ride till the sun comes up and down around me 2 or 3 times. Smoke cigarettes in the backseat and hide my sorrow from the people I meet and get along with it all. Go down where people say y'all, sing a song with a friend, change the shape that I'm in, get back in the game and stop playing again. I'd like to stay, but I might have to go and start over again. Might go back to Ontario, might go someplace I've never been. Get up in the morning and go out at night. Get used to being alone and change the words of this song and start singing again. Tired of looking for answers to questions that I already know. I could build a castle of memories just to have somewhere to go. Count the days and the nights it takes to get back in the saddle again. Feed the pigeons some clay, turn the night and the day. Start talking again when I know what to say. Yeah. Going down to the Greyhound station, gonna get a ticket to ride. Gonna find that lady with 2 or 3 kids and sit down by her side. Ride till the sun comes up and down around me 2 or 3 times. Smoke cigarettes in the backseat and hide my sorrow from the people I meet and get on with it all. Go down where people say y'all, feed the pigeons some play. Turn the night and the day. Start talking again when I know what to say. Yeah.
Awesome.
Woo! Got a great smile, Jesse. Jesus.
Like, I put a light directly just like shining at it so it looks extra, you know?
That's awesome. I love that. I love the idea of you spending time doing that, like amidst all these quarantine songs. It's like, all right, now how do I look badass? I don't know, like, I feel like the light just a little bit over top of me is kind of perfect.
Yeah, it's very, you got a very moody look going over there.
That's what's coming up in 2021 is an indie album.
Nice. Let's have a quick chat about your.
I would love to do that. Though. Yeah, sorry. Go on.
Okay, so you got one album right now, Lose Your Delusion.
Delusion.
And on that, you played the guitar, you did the vocals, you did the bass, you did the drums, you did some ukulele, some percussion. Yep. Which is crazy. How was that experience of recording that album and doing all that shit yourself?
It was very hectic. It was a lot of fun. It was needed. So a lot of those songs, except for one of the songs on the album, Turn to the Tide, I'd written and played quite a bit before I left Ontario, which was probably the tail end of middle 2018, something like that, maybe 2017. Anyway, so it was all previous material. So the idea is the RPM challenge is you have 1 month to create a record, because why not is kind of the caption. You've got the gear for it, probably things are really affordable, you've probably got the song, so like why not push yourself. So I'm trying to get better at my production. I'm going to go back to school in September for sound recording and production. So it was kind of, to me, like, I'm sitting on all this material, like I was just saying to you earlier, like I could put out stuff for quite a while because I've just got a huge backlog of like, a punk album or two, another, heavy metal album.
Yeah, the indie album for next year.
Songs, and then I've got another band where, like, literally, it's so easy to write songs with that project where we'll just be like, okay, you want to write a song? It's like, yeah, sure. And like the first thing we play every time is like, yeah, that. Like that was great. Which is like not, it's not always like that, but I do find creating material for that flows really quickly, which is nice. So it was a great experience doing it. I really recommend anyone that's listening to this that needs a kick in the ass to get your own work done. I mean, you know, even if you don't have an EPK kind of a thing, this is the perfect kind of demo for a lot of songwriting challenges and stuff like that. It just shows that you can do a little bit of stuff, and there's no huge expectation for things to be super glossy because it's about a month project. And there's really not that many rules to it, other than it can't be previously released music. You couldn't have already begun recording it and then finished it in that period either. So the next one I do, I mean, we'll see how things go with school and everything like that and teaching. But I really wanted to do one as a super low quality production and then just write an entire album in that period of time, just to go through that, you know, put yourself through the rings and stuff like that.
Nice. When you're doing your songwriting, I'm sure it comes from a lot of places if you've got that much of a backlog already, but where do you generally draw a lot of your inspiration for when you're trying to write original music?
Well, that's a couple ways I could answer that. Okay. So the main thing I do is I will like listen to what I play. That's the biggest thing I do for understanding what I want to, you know, that sounded good. Like, okay, great. Like that's the best possible feedback you can have for yourself, is if you find something that actually sounds legitimately decent. And to be honest with yourself enough to say if it's not decent, right? So I will play, and if I'm paying attention, if I'm just messing around or something like that, then I try to make sure that I take notes. That's one of the most valuable things I find, because to your point, it does come from everywhere. There's you know, there's days where you'll be walking around and maybe someone will say something to you or something like that, and that phrase will give you a concept that you can then unravel into writing into a song if you want to approach from that way. You can have stuff where literally you and your buddies are just jamming around and you're like, oh, that was great, let's do that again. Let's do that 5 times or 4 times, and then do another riff 4 times, and then do another riff 4 times. But you know what I mean? Like, there's so many different places for it to come from. Now, when it comes to actually like writing meaningful concepts and stuff like that, and like themes and stuff like that have been inspiring me lately, I don't know. I think it's I think like everyone probably in a way is writing about their current experience, whether or not they intend to. Even if you're trying to do stuff as like a storyteller, like writing stories as opposed to singing from I came home today and this happened to me, as opposed to someone that could actually write out a entire idea as a concept and paint a picture with their music and their story and stuff like that. Sorry, I just completely spaced on where I was going with that. Remind me.
So you were just talking about like how even like a storyteller, even if they're not intentionally doing it, they probably are kind of talking about their own experience.
The themes that inspire me and stuff like that. Yes, no matter what, that stuff's going to kind of seep its way into you, into your playing and stuff like that, and your expression, because that's your experience and your reality, right? So it's lately it's been a lot of. I mean, I moved from a province out to, you know, a faraway province that's not even connected to the rest of the country, where I don't know anyone to pursue music stuff. So a lot of my stuff, and this isn't super new for me, is about perseverance. It's about modern current events and stuff like that. It's some really weird and abstract stuff where I'll just kind of be like, this is a stupid idea, let's turn this into a song. Which is like, sometimes that'll see its way to fruition, sometimes it's just a, you know. But it's hard to say. It's hard to say. It really comes from everywhere. It's not something that I feel is something that I kind of... I'm not doing any concept albums right now, so I wouldn't say that I decide on what's inspiring me. It's kind of just like I keep my ears open, I keep my eyes open, and then if something hits me, then I'll maybe write it down, and then maybe it'll be really fast, where the other project I'm playing in Slowpoke, we just put out... Well, I put out a feature as a vocalist for a project called Adventure Team Assemble, which is some buddies from around here. They were doing their RPM that didn't quite get finished in time. So they had the song tracking around, but he put it up on Facebook and put this one section of the song up, and I was like, that's dope. So I just at that second grabbed paper and pen and wrote out some sketch lyrics based off of a rhythm, more kind of like a rhythm, half melody kind of a thing. Like I could see where my spaces would be,
Right.
and then that ended up shaping. It's a cool way to dissect it, actually. Yeah. So it came from kind of rhythmic and rough melodic sketch first. Then the tone of the actual music, which was heavier stuff, kind of indicated more aggressive lyrics and approach and vocal tone and stuff like that too. So yeah, if you just listen, a lot of the time things will tell you what to play. It's just kind of like, kind of got to get out of your own way to let it do it. And
Nice.
sometimes that's a really bad idea. Sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes it's absolutely the wrong decision, and you end up with 11-minute stoner rock jams. And they're fun as hell for us, but it's not all. Every rule has an exception.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, you want to jump into some more music for us here?
Sure. How much? Just curious. How much time do we have? Still, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, we've got about 20 minutes left.
Okay, beautiful. Yep.
How many songs you got left for
I mean,
us?
I could go for a good little while. I got a set of. I think I'll do 3 next, and then we'll kind of feel it out from there.
Cool. Sounds like a plan.
All right. This is a song called I Cast a Lonesome Shadow. Every evening when the sun goes down, I sit here in my room, and the lamplight streaming over me projects my lonely gloom. My counterpart in agony mocks each tear that falls, and I cast a lonesome shadow on these lonely, lonely walls. He's always by my side at night, no matter where I go. He lurks out in the darkness or in the neon glow. He follows me across the steps and up and down the hall, and I cast a lonesome shadow on these lonely, lonely walls. I sit and watch the candle and the flicker of the flame. My writhing shadow twists and turns as though it is in pain. I'm trying to forget the memory my heart recalls, and I cast a lonesome shadow on these lonely, lonely walls. The image of a love I lost and all the things I planned are as empty as the bottle I hold in my hand. My soul is buried in the depths of love and life's pitfalls, and I cast a lonesome shadow on these lonely, lonely walls. Yes, I cast a lonesome shadow on these lonely, so lonely walls. It's really weird when there's no clear end to things and it's just like me staring into a reflection of myself doing these songs. Well, that was the end of that one. This next song, I'm going to play 2 songs that are kind of similar. Maybe I shouldn't have told you that. I could have probably just worked them in so it looked really cool. Maybe I'll do that still. Here we go. I'm gonna keep that diamond in my mind. I'm gonna keep that diamond in my mind. For there's hell upon the breeze. For there's hell upon the breeze. 6 riders ride. They say I must be the devil's child. They say I must be the devil's child. And there's hell upon the breeze. And there's hell upon the breeze. 6 riders ride. And all my days I've been the losing kind. And all my days I've been the losing kind. And there's hell upon the breeze. And there's hell upon the breeze. But Lord, it ain't mine. I killed my daddy and took his 45. I killed my daddy and took his 45. He was no good to her. He was no good to her. He had to die. Lightning hits the church and the women cry. Lightning hits the church and the women cry. And there's hell upon the breeze. And there's hell upon the breeze. And no God inside. Six riders stand upon the ridge tonight. 6 riders stand upon the ridge tonight. Oh Lord, they have found me. Oh Lord, they have found me. And my time is nigh. So I am going to take a break between the two. Way to keep them guessing. If any of you have any idea what I'm talking about right now. All right. So I'm going to play a song. Actually, it's probably better that I introduce this song. So I've mentioned that I have another band, a heavy metal band, we'll call it. It's a really famous stoner rock band called 60 Watt Shaman. And they have a song called Poor Robert Henry. And I thought it would be really cool if I adapted that to the same kind of picking style as the song that I just played. So I'm going to do that and hope that I do a decent job on it. So this is Poor Robert Henry by 60 Watt Shaman. My illusion dashed to pieces, my collision damned the sun. I counted all my blessings and the damage of that sum. Your life numbed and drunken, my strength the voice inside. Ain't it funny how things worked out? My life began the day you died. Poor Robert Henry, poor Robert Henry, drinking broke apart our lives, lost you from last year. Poor Robert Henry, drinking blotted out your mind, blotted out your mind. Your sky was always falling, like you from ballroom chairs. I didn't want to hate you, but your abuse was hard to bear. Your life numbed and drunken, my strength a voice inside. Ain't it funny how things worked out? My life began the day you died. Poor Robert Henry, poor Robert Henry, drinking broke apart our lives, lost you from last year. Poor Robert Henry, drinking blotted out your mind, blotted out your mind. Almost lost those headphones there. And that's 3.
That's 3.
Bring me back, Jesse. What's going on, Jesse?
Not too much. I'm just listening to some awesome guitar picking and singing going on here.
How was I was kind of concerned some of the songs where I'm just doing finger style stuff if they were going to come through very well.
Oh yeah, no, it's coming through great.
That makes me very happy. That's great.
That's fun. So yeah, we got a few more minutes left. I got one question I got to ask you because I've asked about the Winnipeg scene. I've asked about the Hamilton scene. Mm-hmm. What can you tell us about the music scene out in St. John's?
So it depends on what scene you're talking about. I would say generally there's a lower population here, and you would expect, generally speaking, you would kind of imagine an even spread, roughly spread out around the place, right? But there's a lot of really good players for the number of players that are around here, so there's a lot of talent. I love, again, that music NL open mic that's on Mondays at the Ship Pub. If you guys want to check it out, if you're around, if anyone from the Rocks watching. And at those open mics, you'll see just ridiculous talent. And, I lived back in Toronto, from where you know me. And there's a lot of really talented musicians out there too, so I'm not going to be the guy that's like, oh, it's better out here or worse out here. There's a lot of really talented people. I found not so much in terms of live music, but as well just as people's sensibilities. People really seem to like stoner rock and classic rock stuff out here, which is, again, fantastic for me. But there's quite a decent following for bands of that style out here. Black metal's a really big thing. Probably has something to do with the snow. Someone should get scientists to do research.
This is good. Somebody should get this study started. Oh, did we lose you? Oh, yeah, can't hear you. If you wanted to end the show early, you could have just said that, Ben. Oh, damn. No, still no. This was going so smoothly. Well, I guess let's sort it out. I do want to thank everybody who's watching. I know this has been we've been going for about. Oh, I can hear you again.
I did it.
Yes.
did it. I'm happy that only happened one time this time, and not in the middle of a song. Got good luck. We got some luck. I did.
Yeah, true. That went pretty well.
Yeah.
So I was just saying, I want to say a big thanks to everybody for tuning in. This has been awesome. We got some artists from kind of spread across the country. I know we covered a lot of Toronto stuff because that's happens to be where a lot of the people I know are. But this is awesome to get opinions from.
That's just
from
being
right
resourceful.
across.
That's just being resourceful. If you're there, then you can easily get a lot of stuff from around you, right?
Yeah.
But absolutely, we
Nice.
Performers are also very happy that you guys are listening and watching. Seriously, it means a lot. It does.
Yeah, this has been cool. Yeah, we got a few minutes left here. You got another song or two here for us?
What's on the clock? How much time do we have?
Well, like we've got like 5 minutes before we normally go, but we that's flexible.
Okay. Yeah, 5 minutes. So I could push a little bit out of 5 minutes. Is kind of what you just said to me there. Is that what?
Cool. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. If you got a couple more songs you want to play for us?
I was thinking there's 2 songs I can do. I kind of want to use them as finishers, but one of them I tried to play last time as the last song, and there's a solo in it, and I completely butchered it. And I practiced the solo this time.
That's funny. Back.
I'm gonna do. Yeah. I'll do a short one. Oops. I'll do a short one, and then I'll do that one.
Nice. Okay. And am I cutting your set list short here? I'm sorry.
No, I wasn't. I could keep on going. I just kind of wanted to pick some of the songs that like I've newer songs and stuff like that, and songs that I'm just kind of really enjoying playing. So, it's more about like do I want to play songs as a closer that I might play at a bar, hopefully. But I'll do that because go Dropout Entertainment. You guys are awesome. So why wouldn't I give you guys some of my good stuff? So let's put that up there too.
Oh, that's awesome.
So this
Appreciate
song
that.
is I'm gonna do
Sorry, actually before I'll let you finish off on the song so we can cut the show off there. Before that, I'll say my goodbye. Thank you so much for coming on. This has been great to have you on again. Always great chatting with you.
Absolutely my pleasure, awesome. Man. Absolutely my pleasure.
If people want to come find you after this, should they go to Facebook or Instagram?
You should go right now to Benedict Drinks and buy my album. For as little as $0 actually, but it's
a good deal.
Yeah, Benedict Drinks on Facebook is probably the way to do it right now. I don't have a lot of social media stuff. There's a Bandcamp. Also, I have a website that's kind of just meant to compile just various things that I've been doing. It will get tuned up in the future, but right now it's just kind of a dump for all my material. So benchapmansmith.com, www.benchapmansmith.com is also there for you. But so Benedict Drinks, Facebook, Bandcamp, or benchapmansmith.com.
Awesome. Okay. And before we get into the last 2 songs, we'll finish off with that. Do you got any last words of hope, during these crazy times for anybody listening?
Last words of hope, man. We're getting back into that tragic theme, aren't we?
we're bringing it around. But yeah, just any kind of message. Like these are crazy times that I know artists can articulate these things a lot better than most of the people I know. So
okay, so I think earlier on you were saying something about musicians and having a certain kind of, I guess, temperament. How it would impact what they want out of jobs and the reason they pursue things and what is of value to them. So I would say, I don't think things have changed that much. If this is what you want to do, if I'm talking to artists right now, then guys, nothing's changed. Go play right now. Like, go practice, go work on your thing. Things will continue to change and they always will. But like, what we're doing isn't about that. It's about communicating things and looking at things and kind of relaying that to people. So I'd say more than ever now is when you're needed.
Beautiful. That's a perfect answer to that.
Thank you.
Okay, well thank you so much for coming on, Ben. This has been a blast. Thank you to everybody for tuning in, and I'm gonna let Ben take us away with a couple of songs here, and then we'll be we've got a pretty big show next week. If you guys stay tuned, there will be a big announcement for that one tomorrow. And thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Ben. This is one last chance. If you guys want to send any donations, www.quarantinesongs.com, and that'll go straight to the artists.
Yeah, much appreciated. Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you.
And Dropout Entertainment. Benedict Drinks. Check it out. At least click the like button. It is much appreciated. This song is an Andrew Bird song, without any of the violin or complicated parts. So it's another bastardized tune. But I quite like some of the lyrics. So this is Eugene. Studies have shown that we like sheep are prone to share fatal doses of malcontent through osmosis. But don't be sympathetic, just pass the anesthetic. For sheep are benign, and on their young we shall dine. Burn her pale blue shroud and tread on her bones. The din of the boys' club crowd reveals we've always been clones. And this being's true, no, there's more than just two. And the cards are 4 aces, so turn and shoot at 12 paces. Studies have shown that we like sheep are prone to share fatal doses of malcontent through osmosis. But don't be sympathetic, just pass the anesthetic. For sheep are benign, and on their young we shall dine. Burn her pale blue shroud and tread on her bones. The din of the boys' club crowd reveals we've always been clones. And this being true, no, there's more than just two. And the cards are 4 aces, so turn and shoot at 12 paces. Okay. This next song is I really hope I don't mess up the solo this time, man. It's a song by a guy from Toronto named Nick Tehan. The song is called Raccoon. It's a fantastic song. If you even remotely enjoy what I do with it, look it up. Teehan, Nick Tehan, Raccoon. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I were a raccoon, I would dance beside the moon on the fence by the shed in your yard. And all the things you discard line my stomach, clog my heart. But for you, darling, darling, I would starve. So many of us here tonight, you left us all behind. Since Davy Crockett's genocide, we raccoons only come out late at night. Furry hands, rotting teeth, I can't spit but I can weep. From the hedge I can see you while you sleep. And maybe one moonless night, open window turned out light, we could dance, I would never tell so. This is my last time here tonight, I won't leave you behind. inside. We raccoons only come out late at night. Stronger men took my friends, skinned their backs and left their ends. I don't see beauty in their stale disguise. I am the last to survive, but if I am to stay alive, darling, you must let me come inside. So many of us here tonight, you left us all behind. God damn if you're Davy Crockett's wife, but he sleeps through most of the night. This is my last time here tonight, I won't leave you behind. Davy Crockett's hats are nice, but if I come home and old Davy's there, and he must kill me, I don't care. But if you must skin me, please don't wear my